ბავშვობაში ხშირად გვეუბნებიან, აირჩიე სტაბილური გზა, იფიქრე მხოლოდ ფულზე და ოცნებები გვერდზე გადადე. მაგრამ რა მოხდება თუ სწორედ ის საქმე, რომელიც ყველაზე მეტად გვიყვარს, შეიძლება ჩვენი ყველაზე დიდი წარმატების მიზეზი გახდეს. ჩვენ დღევანდელი გაკვეთილი სწორედ ამ თემას ეხება, რომ ოცნებები, მხოლოდ ჰობი და საყვარელი საქმე შეიძლება არ იყოს. ისინი შეიძლება გადაიქცეს პროფესიად, დიდ შესაძლებლობად და საქმედ, რომელიც არ მარტო შენს ცხოვრებას, არამედ სხვების ცხოვრებასაც შეცვლის. მაშასე, ამჯერად მოვისმინოთ დემიანის ისტორია.
Many successful companies begin not with substantial funding or official plans but with youthful passions and the pleasure in doing what one deeply enjoys. Often, what starts as a small personal interest or beloved activity gradually develops into something significantly greater. When creativity, inquisitiveness, and persistence come together, even the most typical childhood activities can evolve into the foundation of a purposeful and prosperous career. At the age of 13, Damien was probably like many other kids his age, curious, inventive, and continually thinking about how to earn a bit of pocket money. However, he had no clear idea of where to start or how to apply his hobbies to something worthwhile. What he recognized, though, was that he had always been deeply fascinated by puzzles. From a very young age, he enjoyed assembling them, solving complex patterns, and even collecting multiple categories of puzzle sets that he neatly maintained in his room. Someday, while experimenting with innovative thoughts, Damien had a straightforward yet strong idea. What if he created his own puzzles instead of only solving them? With that idea, he planned to launch a modest webshop where he would sell handmade puzzles designed by himself. Each puzzle had a different theme: nature, space, cities, and abstract patterns, reflecting his expanding imagination and creativity. Damien used to collect old cardboard from local shops and from time to time even asked his neighbors for spare boxes. He would attentively take these materials home and turn them into his own inspiring studio. Damien began his creative process by making detailed sketches of the outlines and visual concepts of each puzzle on paper first. Before moving to any digital tools or production, he would devote time to organizing the structure, theme, and manually created details, making sure every design was thoroughly considered and visually balanced. This initial step allowed him to perfect his ideas, try out different compositions, and bring a clearer artistic vision to each puzzle he created. With basic stationery tools, he would patiently cut and shape the cardboard, creating and designing his puzzles piece by piece. Every cut was made with notice and care, as he slowly transformed ordinary, discarded materials into unique and innovative puzzle designs. He carefully and tastefully packaged each puzzle in distinct boxes, paying close attention to every aspect. Damien believed that appearance was just as equally important as the product itself, so he made sure each package looked spotless, aesthetic, and thoughtfully designed. From neatly setting up the pieces to adding small decorative touches, he aimed to make an unboxing experience that felt remarkable and memorable for every customer. He would also take high-resolution photos and videos of each of his products, precisely showcasing each element of the finished puzzles. Damien realized the importance of visual presentation in attracting customers, so he ensured his work looked appealing and polished online. He then uploaded these visuals to his online shop, where every single product was displayed for sale, allowing people to clearly observe the creativity and hard work behind every single piece. Day by day, Damien received positive feedback from his customers, which encouraged him to continue improving his work. Many of them would send him photos and videos showing how much they loved his puzzles, families passing evenings solving them together, children enthusiastically completing each piece, and groups of friends exchanging the experiences. Seeing people genuinely entertained by something he had created brought Damien a strong feeling of fulfillment. These messages and visual responses not only validated the craftsmanship of his work, but also reminded him that his puzzles were creating memorable moments of joy and connection for others. At one point, Damien's followers even created a popular trend built around his puzzles. They challenged one another to complete his puzzles in the minimum time possible, changing the activity into an exciting competition. Participants would record themselves while solving the puzzles and share their achievements online, often encouraging others to surpass their time. This trend rapidly gained popularity and brought even more recognition to Damien's work. It transformed his puzzles from a basic innovative product into an interactive challenge that engaged his growing community in an amusing and contest-driven way. However, through Damien's digital presence and creative work, many people began to find again puzzles from a completely new viewpoint. His content showed that puzzles were far more than basic children's activities. They could be intellectually stimulating, creatively designed, and truly pleasant for people of all ages. Through his innovative approach, a large number of individuals came to realize that puzzles could provide relaxation time, mental engagement, and even a special social experience well beyond childhood. For numerous people, puzzles were something they had not returned to since the age of 5, frequently regarded as a childhood pastime with little relevance beyond childhood. As they matured, most gradually left this activity behind, rarely considering it once more as a valuable source of entertainment or challenge. Puzzles are problem-solving games or activities that call for logical thinking, attention to detail, and perseverance in order to complete a defined image, pattern, or solution. They can come in various forms, from classic jigsaw puzzles to more intricate brain teasers and 3D constructions. Beyond entertainment, puzzles are also greatly useful for cognitive development. They help improve concentration, strengthen reasoning skills, and reinforce memory ability. Regular engagement with puzzles can contribute to critical thinking, spatial awareness, and patience. In many situations, they are also used as a relaxing activity that decreases tension and enhances focus, making them both enjoyable and intellectually valuable. People enjoy puzzles not only as a form of entertainment but also as a way of spending valuable time together. Families, friends, and even colleagues often come together over a puzzle, teaming up to find connections between pieces, share ideas, and work toward a mutual aim. This makes puzzles a very interactive activity that encourages communication and teamwork. At first, he sold his products for minimal prices. Most of his initial buyers were backing individuals who bought his puzzles not only for the product itself, but also to encourage a young entrepreneur striving to build something on his own. Step by step but steadily, words began to spread. More customers started to appear, and many of them were sincerely happy with the excellence and originality of his work. From time to time, Damien also turned to traditional marketing methods. He would go visiting homes directly, personally introducing his products and offering them in person to people. His amiable and enthusiastic personality made a lasting impression, and he always approached others with genuine certainty and excitement. Because he was so captivating and passionate about what he created, people commonly appreciated talking to him and were glad to support his work by purchasing his puzzles. One day, a customer grew curious about how Damien actually made his puzzles and inquired of him to share his process. This moment inspired Damien to channel his creativity one step further. He commenced creating and sharing simple tutorials online, demonstrating his methods in an accessible and interesting way. Consequently, many children who followed his page started practicing at home, trying to design and assemble puzzles the same as Damien. What had used to be a personal hobby gradually grew into a source of inspiration for others, encouraging youngsters to explore their own creativity through practical experimentation. Damien's girlfriend also became interested in his expanding business. She admired not only his originality and dedication, but also the fact that he always had pocket money to buy things for himself and occasionally treat her to diverse places. For her, it was striking to witness how his passion had turned into something that gave him both self-reliance and the ability to have everyday delights in life while still remaining authentic to what he loved doing. In just 3 months, Damien handled to buy his girlfriend a number of special gifts, showing how much he valued her and how thriving his small business had become. Let's see what we have here. Freshly squeezed orange juice, ball, store gift cards, roller skates, lucky coins, fashionable jacket, cookies, bubble gum jar, gift items, romantic bouquet, movie tickets, new model workout shoes, new clothing, high-end shoes, basketball game ticket, stuffed bear, snacks for the movie, sweet treats, fresh apple juice, pet dog. As Damien grew older, he learned over time how to attract an audience online. He began to understand the basics of digital presence and content strategy, experimenting with multiple approaches to present his work more efficiently. On his page, he cautiously edited his videos, paying attention to visual flow, pacing, and visual attractiveness. He also focused on delivering information in an engaging and purposeful way, making sure his audience not only saw his products but also linked to the story and creativity behind them. At the age of 16, Damien hired his primary assistant for the puzzle business, as the number of orders had increased significantly and he could not manage everything on his own. He needed necessary help with production, packaging, and order handling, indicating a major step in the growth of his small enterprise. By 17, Damien's vision had expanded even more. He began offering other children the chance to use a shared creative studio space, furnished with specialized materials and tools, where they could design and produce their individual branded puzzles. This action not only supported others in developing their creativity but also reflected Damien's growing entrepreneurial mindset. Through these steps, Damien took his initial real efforts toward transforming his puzzle making from a straightforward personal work into an actual brand, laying the foundation for a systematic and recognizable business. As his confidence grew, Damien began producing more puzzles and getting better designs. He also commenced learning about branding, how to present his products in a more professional way, create a recognizable style, and build a unified image for his shop. This helped him stand out from others and attract a faithful audience. Years passed, and what had started as a basic concept of teenage thinking transformed into something much bigger. Damien eventually founded his own company, where he was no longer just selling handmade puzzles but also board games and a wide range of creative brain teasers. His journey showed how strong interest, persistence, and creativity can turn even the simplest childhood interest into a successful enterprise. Damien's company eventually grew to such an impressive scale that numerous large companies started looking for partnerships with him. What had once started as a small personal project had developed into a widely recognized brand with significant impact in the market. As the company expanded, some of the world's most proficient marketing teams, skillful designers, and experienced sales experts got involved in promoting and developing Damien's puzzles. They worked together to strengthen the brand, create innovative product designs, and introduce strategic campaigns that brought the puzzles to an even more extensive global reach.
მოკლედ დემიანის ისტორიაც კიდევ ერთხელ გვახსენებს, რომ თუ რაღაც ნამდვილად გვინდა, ყველაფერი შესაძლებელია. ზუსტად ისე, როგორც ინგლისური ენის შესწავლა ჩვენთან ერთად. ამიტომ გააგრძელი მეცადინეობა, იყავი მუდმივად აქტიური და დააკვირდი საკუთარ პროგრესს. ახლა კი ტრადიციულად პატარა დავალებით დაგემშვიდობებით. კომენტარებში ან პირად შეტყობინებაში ჩვენს გვერდზე დაგვიწერეთ ინგლისურად, თუ რისი კეთება გიყვართ და ამის მიხედვით რა პროფესიას აირჩიოდით მომავალში.